Welcome to Lake Files. Alright, shopping is done for now. I wanted to talk to you guys about some Prepping 101. Okay? Not the Prepping 101, but some Prepping 101. It's come to my attention that a lot of people 3 and 4 years ago put a lot back, like for 3 months or a year or like 3 years or whatever. And some people weren't cycling through that stuff, and they found that the dates were getting close or expired, and they had to throw a bunch of things out. Putting things in a working pantry entails you using those things, and then as there's sales or you go shopping, replacing those things. If there's sales, that's when you buy in the bulk. Maybe you and your family cannot have something this week, and you go and you concentrate with that money that would have been spent on that thing that your family is deciding to get rid of for the week. You buy flats or flat of something that you can put back. So just because you put those items back, like let's say you buy 2 flats of spaghetti sauce, okay? You don't put that back and forget about it until there's an emergency. When you need spaghetti sauce, you go into your pantry and you get the spaghetti sauce you need, and you check it off. And you know that you need to replace that sauce. And if there's a sale, you don't only just replace that sauce, but you also buy more. So let's say you went through 2. Next time, you either buy 2 or you buy 4 or more. Freezer. If you bought a bunch of meat and packed your freezer, the first week that you did that, you should be eating everything in your refrigerator and then going to that freezer. And if you have a whole chicken, you put that in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days or whatever until it's thawed, and you eat that chicken. And the days prior, you're eating out of your pantry maybe, and you're always rotating and keeping things going. So that way you're constantly updating. TJ Prep showed y'all how to put a laundry basket in your deep freezer, your freezer chest. That's a good way to keep meat separated. However, it's also a good way to keep things like that maybe keep that a little empty, or so that way when you're defrosting things, you're putting the new meats or vegetables or fruits or whatever in that basket as you're cycling through the rest of your freezer. It should always be cycled. Now, we eat turkeys 2 to 3 years after we've frozen them, and they're fine. We've been doing this for years. However, fish and other things only last so many months to so many, maybe like a year, maybe a couple years. You need to be cycling through those things. And I feel really, really bad that people went to certain places and got information and just started packing things full and then maybe not using them, or maybe they didn't meal plan while preparing. So if you want a year's worth of veggies, you don't buy a year's worth of green beans. 1 year of, all the veggies. So you would take how many times, per week do you eat green beans and corn and carrots and asparagus and beets or whatever you got. Did you Mylar bag things right? Did you use oxygen absorbers for certain things and not other things? Everything should always be checked. Even if your expiration date says that it's 2 years out, it's good for another 2 years. When you open that can, you still need to smell it and taste it and make sure it's good. There's a lot of things that we did that we found later on that weren't the best ways. So, of course, we went through some things too, and we also had to throw out things. That just happens. Nothing and no one is perfect. So I thought I would start with maybe this week. I've been doing it. I haven't stopped. But this week I'm concentrating on getting some extra paper products in the house. I'm also, because I see some things coming, and I hope that they don't happen. However, I do see some things coming possibly, where not only am I preparing our household to not have to go out because of cold winter days or what have you, with the upcoming things happening in November, probably October, I think probably September next month. I just don't want to be going out. I don't want my daughter and I out and about as much as possible. So I'm making sure that not only if there's several days or weeks that we can't go into the out per se to safely get things, that we have a store at home. I like to refer to it as I'm going to the store. I grab one of the bags that my mom made, the crocheted bags, and I go to our stock and I go shopping. I come upstairs. I'm not always good about doing it right away or after. Sometimes I forget, but you gotta put down what you used and what to replace, especially if you have a certain amount of things that are being put in place for you and your family that you are going to be falling back on later, and you have a set thing. So hold on a minute. So anyways, maybe you guys have set things put back for a year or 3 months or whatever, and you want to make sure that you always have that supply. It's always going to be a little off. And if you know this week that you're going to be having certain things, pick them up ahead of time. That way when your supply is, going and you're using it, you already have that put back. The other thing is that we're preparing for is maybe possibly to stay in. So, if you're a woman and kind of whatever, and you just don't like to be home, you got to have things that you're going to be enjoying. So it's not all just about food. It's about, toiletries and, maybe you're a girl who likes to go get her nails and feet and hair done. Make sure you have those things at home that you and your family members can maybe do yourself. My thing is I got a bunch of florals today, and I'll show a picture after this video of what I do with it. But maybe you like to change for the seasons, and if you don't have all your seasons yet, or you're just getting tired of your bouquets and vases of things laying around the house, with your fall decor, your spring decor, your summer decor, your Christmas decor, maybe start getting some of those things to brighten up your space, your home, your apartment, because when you're home and you find that you're getting a little stir crazy, you can have a day where you yourself, by yourself, or with family and friends, you can have those coffee dates, where you go and you meet at someone's house, or you meet at a local shop for coffee and tea or just drinks. Yet you have those things at each place to go and do them, but you're not like out there. And the reason I'm saying that is because you may not want to be out there a lot other than just business, like for the things that you got to get done and you keep doing until that day. And we don't know when that day is. We don't. So yeah, I want to get back to the prepping 101 of being prepared. And you're not hoarding. You're not going Looney Tunes up in the brain trying to get things in order, because if there's anything that you've learned over the last few years is that you keep staying prepared. while living your life. You cannot stay in that state of chaos all the time. Some people don't know how to get out of that state of chaos. It's like they start creating their own chaos because they don't know how to live without the chaos, if that makes sense. Yeah, so instead of waiting things to happen, they're creating their own. It's a psychological thing that they do. It's not good for you. It's not good to be up here. It's not good to be down here. We got to be right here and always be ready for those days and these days, okay? Yeah, so I want to get back to that. Nothing is really going to change on this channel. I'm going to still be doing a plethora of things on this channel, but I'm going to try to be better about making playlists. So if it pertains to preparedness and things that I see or things that I feel like I want and need to tell you guys about certain things and that, you know, box, then I'll go there. And if I want to do something quirky, we'll leave it there. If I want to do news with the preparedness and something quirkiness, I'll try to keep it to the news, but you know, it might stem over there or over there. You never know what you're going to get. Life's a box of chocolates, right? Some are nutty, some are cream filled, and well, some are a great big surprise. They're not really where they're supposed to be, so you get a big surprise. You think you might be biting into something coconut and you get lemon. So yeah, I figure I'd show you guys my little haul. And it's not like a huge haul or huge crazy like flats of things today, but I'm starting to concentrate every time I go of getting certain things every time. Some of these things that we've depleted over the spring and summer that I just need to work on every week, whether they're on sale or not, because we've depleted over the summer of some things because, well, I felt in my heart that things were going to be pretty okay over the summer and that we could do those things. So where I didn't have to buy those certain things, we got to go out and go out in the sunshine, get our vitamin D. It's been really hard for me this summer, and I thought it would be better because it wasn't cold in winter. But I've been still having some major flares. Like as you can see, I haven't been itching or anything, but this is all swollen. Yesterday, it felt like there was like a railroad stake sticking through my clavicle all the way down through and under. And it felt like if something was lifting, like if you could have put a bar under here and just lift. And it was just so swollen. And before that, it was my sciatica on my right. And then my sciatica on my left. I have what's called inflammational fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed when I was like 19, but not fully until I was 21. And then you add the osteopenia and the, you know, stemming into the osteoporosis with the arthritis and my neck, my hips, my back. There's a lot. I have to take care of myself because if there's ever a time where we need to carry certain things or do a long haul or, you know, anything, I want to make sure that I think adrenaline, though, even if you're in pain, adrenaline kicks in and you just do what you got to do no matter what's going on. You may find it hard to get out of bed maybe one morning, but I'll tell you what, put a fire under that butt, hurt or not, you're going to get up. So I allow myself half a days, but I don't allow it to go beyond more than I need because you need to keep a well-oiled machine. Keep doing the water, keep doing the vitamins, the juice. And by vitamins, I mean through food and drinks. Yeah, so don't be taking a lot of those unless they're, you know, you got your blood work done from your doctor and you go by what your doctor says. So, because there's some people that, oh, you need this, you need that. Well, then you start taking that and then you find out your body doesn't need that and you're putting extra stuff in you don't need. And that can make you not feel your best, okay? Okay, so, for instance, I got like a big thing of TP. I know, prepping back to the TP. But the thing is toilet paper and paper towels, it's just a thing that we go through. I try to use hand towels. I try to use a lot of washcloths and things, but, well, we're spoiled and we do like the things that we, make us comfortable and it's easy. No one ever really wants to resort to the unmatched socks for the bathroom. Can you imagine? Lake Fairy's got this, basket in the bathroom all full of unmatched socks. You never know, but I don't want to have to go there. So that's some things and areas where over spring and summer I let deplete. And there was some packages down there that were like 4 and 5 years old and 3 years old. And I'll just be honest with you, toilet paper, when it gets older, I don't know if it's just the jumbling or the sitting there, but it gets kind of weird. I'm just saying. I don't care how cheap or how expensive you buy it. And then there's always a problem too, like if you get mice, which we actually had this happen to one paper towel. Thank goodness it was, or not paper towel, it was a toilet paper, but it was like a 4-pack. I don't usually get 4-packs, but like back then we were like going to dollar stores and like just trying to find anything, napkins you couldn't even find. But anyway, we had a mouse get into that in a corner, they're not corners, but the toilet paper on the bottom, it looks like something started chewing on that, probably making a nest. It was probably when we had those mice there for a while. So, maybe keep your toilet paper in totes and up higher, although critters do climb. Anyways, it's just something we found out. So I'm going to get this stuff inside very, very slowly because I'm still super inflamed. I can raise my arm today though. I can, and I can throw it backwards, and I'm going to have to work on this drooping part though, like setting it back and letting it hang. So what I did yesterday is I pretty much kept it in like a sling all day long. So that way I didn't move it. That way it got better faster. That doesn't always work with me though. So sometimes things just have to run its inflammatory course and then I'm good to go. And then other times it can last weeks. So anyways, I don't know what this is. Looks like I got bags in here. I don't even know what is what. I'm still trying to get things back to normal around here since we took our trip to go see family. And it's been, geez, can you believe it? It's almost been a month. It's been a month already. It's already been a month. It's been over a month. Anyways, so sorry about the long-winded thing here. But that's one thing I want to get to. And then I don't know if I'm going to put this out with the video or if I'm going to save this and probably put it with the preparedness stuff. But I did a talk on my way into the out to go shopping that I'm going to be doing some news about some things that I saw, and also making you guys aware and giving you a reminder of something that I talked about years ago, about a certain person who was going to be coming up here front and center, and how that person wasn't always with, like, let's say us people, like your Christians, your Republicans, conservatives, in the politics thing. But I warned y'all that this person in some way, shape, or form was going to come forward, and that they were going to be looked at and they were going to be really liked. So even though you're just going to have to wait. So that is going to also be coming out. If not, it'll be out before this video. So either way, I want you guys to go and just listen to that. All right, well, let's get on this haul. The Gorilla cart is filled with stuff, but oh well, because all this stuff needs to go into the house. Never say never. I went there. I went there. And also, all right, people, I also went to the place where I never go. So I got butter from that place. We're not going to mention it because I don't normally do that. But anyways, I went to other stores too. Allie's over there whispering the place I went, so I paused it because I thought she needed me. Again, this week we didn't need a whole heck of a lot, so I just am concentrating on a few things. This was obviously not, this is just like easy stuff. We do buy coffee in the big containers, but again, we are spoiled, so then I found that. That is amazing. Never had it before, but I'm about to do it. So I didn't get flats, but we are getting low, so this is something that I've been concentrating on other than the kind that we cook. We haven't canned it yet. Like we jar it, but to go in the fridge, not on the shelf. So we haven't gotten there yet. And there's some caramel macchiato to make the crazy one inside me happy. And there's some junk. And really, that's it. So we're just kind of stocking up on some of these things when they're on sale. We're just trying to keep our family healthy and going, doing some juices. Like I said, it's not a big haul. It's very, very small. And then there's, of course, this is what I went out for. That's it. See, every week I don't go crazy, you know. The reason I went to the Wally World, though, is because I found out that these were really super cheap. Like I saved almost what the half of the cost or more of one box would be. So I basically got 2 boxes for the price of what I would normally spend, or 3 boxes for what I would normally spend on 1 or 2, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then it's not like a prepping haul, but I'm just showing you what I did this week on the small scale. You know, we just needed a few things because, see, we're pulling from our freezers for meat. So I already have stuff for tonight, and then we're pulling out chicken. This week we'll be pulling out some beef. So, like, you know, that's going to last us all week because we also have other things that we're going to be making. And we still have the garden. And that's another thing. While we garden, what we eat out of the garden, we're saving money on groceries. So therefore, that money can get put back to prepare you for your fall and winter preparedness of putting things back. Because I become a bear in the winter, okay? I just do. I become a bear, and that's it. It's simple. So, whichever. As you can see, this isn't what I got today, but I love little pops of just nature in the house, whether it be real or fake. But there's coming up on seasons where we won't be having a lot of live stuff other than the plants that are growing in the house. So I like to have little pops of what I call my hobby places. Yeah, so these were all $2.50, and they're your really nice long-stemmed hydrangeas. They were $2.50 on clearance. I got 3 of those. Try going to Hobby Lobby or someplace, or you know, your barn, whatever. I got these also on clearance. It was $2.50. So I got a few of those. And then I got these, which are going to go, now I'm not a big orange person. I do pops of it. I was gonna say I do pops of it. But I don't really, I like this type of fall. So if you can do some burgundies or purples, this is kind of like a more, I would say probably like purpley. But to me, that's a fall thing, or even early spring. Yeah, so I don't know if the color is beautiful. Like, I don't think that this is giving it any justice. Let me see if I can turn it into the light a little bit more. No, it's still not really, maybe up against this napkin. There we go. See, it's purple. It's really, really pretty though. These right here are what I'm concentrating on. You've got your bigger, not huge, but bigger packages of things. I'm not gonna keep buying big packages of these, but you know, it's 6 rolls more than we had. So this, I'm working on paper products because our pantry items are good to go. Our freezers are good to go. We're still trying to cycle through our freezer, getting that put back older meats out and bringing the newer meats in. So we're still doing that cycling. And then here soon I will be packing those and then still doing the same thing, cycling through. Guess I really can't stop reiterating on the cycling through part. You gotta cycle through your stuff. Yeah. So if you guys are wanting to talk about certain things pertaining to preparedness and how we've done it and how we've gotten through, because we haven't really been talking about it. Some people were like, I put all this stuff back for nothing. Really? Because did you not learn something? You learned something. And it's to be prepared. It's insurance. Like you buy health insurance. So that way, if you or your family member goes into the hospital, the insurance is there in a preparedness little corner in case you need it. Because if you need it and it's not there, well, that's a pretty sad situation to be in. So when I say we get in sales, it's because we prefer like a Nirvana water. It's actually Adirondack water. But we do get Aquafina, Pure Life, and Dasani as well, and any other kind of water sometimes we drink at picnics that other people get. But it depends on what's on sale. You may like a certain type of something to put back, but like this is just what stays upstairs that I use to replenish our fridge. So here in this drawer, there's always a plethora of different kinds of water, whatever anyone grabs. Yeah, so water is important. Basically, after all of that shopping, I didn't get flats this week, but see, this is gonna be hard for me to show you guys because we are already prepared in several areas, but then we're trying to build back in other areas where we're not so prepared anymore because of spring and summer. So like this week, I got 2 cans of the Hunts and 3 of the Classico. These were only 2 something compared to 3 something. These were almost $1 cheaper than normal. And then these were about the same, but I just wanted 5, so I just picked up 5. I didn't have any other reason than I just chose a number. But we're always putting things back. So these won't be touched this week. So then next week, I'll go back and I'll try to do the same. See, now we've got 10. We do have some put back, but because it has depleted in our storage so much, I'm only concentrating on certain things like these things and paper products, and that's about it. Yeah, but you guys got to go through with your family members, friends, and yourself, and just go through the things that, how much of this do I go through in a year? How much of this do I go through in 3 months? How much does your husband or wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, daughter, brother, neighbor, I don't know who y'all are helping or prepping for. So you got to find out how long do you want to prepare for to start with on your budget. And it's a personal thing. It's personal. People went out and got these like really, really expensive bug out bags. Have you had to bug out yet? Have you practiced? This $200, $300 bag with all the stuff in it or whatever is just sitting there. Use it on food that you can put back. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a bag. You absolutely should have a bag. I keep a duffel bag in the truck and another bag in the other vehicles at all times, because you never know what's going to happen. Extra pair of shoes, whatever. This isn't a bag video. I'm just trying to go through some of the things that we also can talk about upcoming. I am not putting myself in a box of being a prepping channel. We just prepare back. We always have. It's just we stepped it up a notch in 2020. That's it. And we learned just like y'all learned. But our family helps one another. So like if my sister-in-law and brother or my mom and my dad can get things in a certain place cheaper and I can get things and easy access to things that they can't, we don't keep tally, we just swap stuff. So it's like my mom will come over, I got potatoes, I got onions, and I'm like, ooh, I got tea and this and that, and I got you some condensed milk, so, and then we just kind of like, she leaves that here, and then she goes home with the other stuff that we had. So it's like that. That's how we do. So we don't stress about it. It's just part of our lives. So make it part of yours, but don't let it take over your life. You don't need to live, breathe, and speak about it all the time. You need joy in your life, and happiness will follow.